Hey Adventure Kids, it's great to see you, and I'm so excited to share today's Bible story with you. In fact, I think you'll really like it. Oh, hey Pascal, what's the matter?
I had a really scary dream last night. A big, ferocious lion was chasing after me, and I was running as fast as I could to get away. Thankfully, I woke up right before he got me. That lion was so big and scary that I think even Jesus would have been afraid.
Wow, that really does sound scary, Pascal. You know what? That actually reminds me about today's Bible story, where we see Jesus' friends were actually really afraid of something too. But you know what? Jesus wasn't afraid. And that's our Bible point today. Jesus is bigger than our fears.
Oh, I wonder what Jesus' friends were so afraid of.
Well, let's find out. The sun was going down. The air was warm and still. "Let's go across the lake," Jesus said to his friends. Jesus had been helping people all day, and now he was tired. So they left the crowds at the shore and set out in a small fishing boat. Jesus climbed into the boat to take a nap. As soon as his head touched the pillow, he fell asleep. It was a beautiful evening. A gentle breeze rustled the sails. The friends were chatting happily as they headed out into the middle of the lake. Everything was perfect, just right for a nice, quiet sail. They were only about halfway across when, out of nowhere, whirling wind swept across the lake, fierce and strong like a hurricane. A blinding flash of lightning lit up the sky. Thunder roared right overhead. The storm blew the water into towering waves that hurled the little boat up, 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 and sent it hurling, crashing back down, down, down. The fishing boat was blown and buffeted and tossed and turned, back and forth and up and down and left and right and round and round. And in the middle of the storm, Jesus was sleeping. Now, Jesus' friends had been fishermen all their lives, but in all their years fishing on this lake, they had never once seen a storm like this one. No matter how hard they struggled with their ropes and sails, they couldn't control their boat. This storm was too big for them.
What did the mother corn say to her children? Don't forget to wash behind your ears. That there was funny. What does a snowman eat for breakfast? Frosted Flakes. Funny. What kind of balls don't bounce? Eyeballs. That made you laugh. I know it did. Funny. Albert out. Peace.
Now, Jesus' friends had been fishermen all their lives, but in all their years fishing on this lake, they had never once seen a storm like this one. No matter how hard they struggled with their ropes and sails, they couldn't control their boat. This storm was too big for them. But the storm wasn't too big for Jesus.
Help!
They screamed.
Wake up! Quick, Jesus!
Jesus opened his eyes.
Rescue us! Save us!
They shrieked.
Don't you care?
Of course Jesus cared. And this was the very reason he had come, to rescue them and to save them. Jesus stood up and spoke to the storm. "Hush," he said. That's all. And the strangest thing happened. The wind and the waves recognized Jesus' voice. They had heard it before, of course. It was the same voice that made them in the very beginning. They listened to Jesus and they did what he said. Immediately, the wind stopped. The water calmed down. It glittered innocently in the moonlight and lapped quietly against the side of the boat, as if nothing had happened. The little boat bobbed gently up and down. There was a deep stillness and a great quiet all around. Then Jesus turned to his wind-torn friends.
Why were you scared?
He asked.
Did you forget who I am? Did you believe your fears instead of me?
Jesus' friends were quiet as the wind and the waves. And into their hearts came a different kind of storm.
What kind of man is this?
They asked themselves anxiously.
Even the winds and waves obey him.
They said, because they didn't understand. They didn't realize yet that Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus' friends had been so afraid, they had only seen the big waves. They had forgotten that if Jesus was with them, then they had nothing to be afraid of, no matter how small their boat or how big the storm. And that's our story.
Oh, I get it now. Just like the big scary storm obeyed Jesus, a big scary lion would obey Jesus too. Jesus isn't afraid of anything, and if he is with me, we don't have to be afraid of anything either.
That's right, Pascal. That's our Bible point. Jesus is bigger than our fears.
Whew! Well, I'm glad that I don't have to be scared anymore. Next time I have a bad dream, I'm just going to remember that Jesus is with me, so I don't have to be afraid.
That's right. Have an adventurous week, everyone.
So hey Adventure Kids, this is a part of the show where you send in your questions to me, Jake, and I answer them. So let me grab my mailbag. Hi Jake, do you know all of the 10 Commandments? From Will. Well, that is an awesome question, Will. Well, let's find out. 1, put God first. 2, worship Him only. Commandment 3, no bad words. Number 4, work 6 days, rest 1. 5, obey your parents. 6, harm no one. Number 7, keep your wedding promises. 8, if it's not yours, don't take it. Number 9, tell the truth. Number 10, don't be jealous of other people's stuff. And those are God's top 10. Hi Jake. Can you stand on your hands for 30 seconds? From Hannah. I'm not sure, but let's find out.
All right, so I'm going to help Jake get in place, pull out the stopwatch, and we'll see if he can do 30 seconds.
Oh shoot! No, I can't do this. I have no balance.
Hang on.
Alright, you should do that. Alright, stand on my hands for 30 seconds. It should be pretty easy. Here we go. 30. So there you go. Stood on my hands for 30 seconds. So remember, if you have questions for me, Jake, just go to the website, takeawaywithjake.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions right here on the show.